Super juice is the best. Super juice is the worst. Super juice is dead. What the is super juice? Well, today we're gonna try 3 different super juices in a blind taste test against fresh lime juice. And if you've been living under a rock and don't know what super juice is, it's fake juice. It's water, powdered acids, and citrus peel all blended together to imitate juice. It also allows you to get way more juice out of citrus, like 5 to 10 times more than you would from just juicing alone. The concept and name for super juice was created by bartender and bar owner Nickel Morris, and he shared this recipe at the beginning of COVID. That video you can still watch today, and it's 4.5 years later. It's racked up 8,600 views by now, but that's really not that many people have seen that video. But some people did, and those people shared it online. It has since blown up to be one of the most viral topics in the cocktail world, and not just on social media, really everywhere. Bars. Bars that you frequent are often using super juice instead of fresh lime juice. Now, more recently, the topic of super juice has been revisited as a few channels have been trying out an updated super juice recipe. The Educated Barfly, as well as Steve the Bartender, shared a recipe from Brian Tash at corpserevive.com. Now, he calls this lime super juice version lime support. Others call it pseudo juice, but I think something we should be really clear about is that they're all super juice, or a category of super juice, all variations of each other using the peels, acids, and water. The lime support recipe is gaining some attention because many people are preferring it to the original super juice version and the version made very popular and famous by Kevin Coase at his channel Cocktail Time with Kevin Coase. That's kind of the main one that people are making. Future me here. This entire video was filmed in early November 2024, except for this part right now. It's right now January 1st, 2025, so Happy New Year. A couple weeks ago, Kevin Coase shared a video responding to some of the other videos, which you should check out. He has a pretty perfect response, funny as well. I'll leave a link to that video as well as the other ones that I've mentioned in this episode's description. Now back to younger me when times are simpler. The main difference here are acid levels and sugar. The lime support recipe by Brian Tash calls for 30 grams of sugar for 500 milliliters of water. Now, if you're like me and you sleep with a refractometer under your pillow, or actually if you could just do some basic math here, that means this recipe for lime support is around 6 bricks. And what does that mean? Well, that's 6% sugar by weight. A refractometer reads the percentage of sucrose in a solution by weight. And the original super juice recipe has no added sugar at all. Now, I'm no conspiracy theorist, but I do believe that if you add more sugar to something, then people will often like that more. And citrus is tricky because the sugar that you're adding is not making it too sweet or overly sweet, because sweetness is a perception, and there's so much acid in limes to counter out the sugar. So this additional sugar adds some body and viscosity. It rounds out the harsh edges of the super juice, really helping mellow it out. Now, for context, if you've ever had or seen Hawaiian punch, sweet and delicious tropical fruit punch.
Hey, how about a nice Hawaiian punch? Sure.
That's 4.5 bricks. So there's less sugar in Hawaiian punch than there is in this version, the lime support super juice version. Now, I went down this rabbit hole a while ago. I put some fresh juice into a refractometer, and it's at 11 degrees bricks. That would be 11% sugar by weight. And when I made super juice matching that, it was great. It's the best super juice I've ever had. But the USDA, or big government, they say that lime juice is actually 1.5 degrees bricks. That's 1.5% sugar. So who can you trust these days? I checked myself. I made a solution of 6% acid and water. That means it's just acid and water and 6% acid. And I put that in the refractometer, and what did it say? It said 4 degrees bricks. Now, this is showing that the acids are affecting the refractometer reading when you add acidic juice to it. So your readings for an acidic juice will be inaccurate unless you have a very expensive refractometer that's calibrated for juices. Now, refractometers, just so you know, also don't work on alcohols or liqueurs. So if you put something like Kahlua or Allspice Dram, you will not get an accurate reading for the amount of sugar in it. So I've already made several super juice recipes, the Kevin Coase version, Brian Tash's lime support, and then Darcy O'Neill's from Art of Drink. And I have not tasted these batches yet at all. And this is gonna be the first time that I've had the Art of Drink version of Super Juice, which contains lime oil, potassium citrate, and alpha terpenine. And now I won't be showing you how to make any of these, but I will have links to the 3 different videos or the website where you can find out how to make these yourself in this episode description. And some of these call to make something called an oleocitrate, which is just an oleo with the acids. And you do not need to do that. You've really never needed to do that. You're going to be blending the peels and the acids with water, and that's doing more than an oleo ever would. So it's just really wasting time doing that. Now I'm going to try all of these against fresh lime juice in a somewhat blind taste test. And I'm not doing this alone because my friend Arminder from the Rum Revival is here, and he actually has no idea that we're doing any of this. All right, Arminder is here from the Rum Revival. You know we're having a daiquiri, and that's
kind of it.
It's kind of it. I gave you little insights that there's no tricks being played on you here. These are 4 daiquiris made with the same exact rum, same exact amount of sugar, and then there's a different component of lime. I know what the things we're drinking are, but not actually the order.
Okay.
I made them, I shook them. He actually poured them and arranged them, so he's totally blind. I'm somewhat blind, but let's try these daiquiris, and we'll go with the first one on our far left.
Let's do it.
Cheers.
Cheers. It's like a daiquiri.
It's like a daiquiri.
Yeah. Given that we're talking about the lime, I feel like I'm getting the finish. There's a little bit of lime that's lingering on the finish, and I don't know if that's common with daiquiris or not. But now that I'm hyper aware of what I'm doing, I feel like I'm getting a lot of lime on the finish.
Like I said, no tricks here.
Yeah.
I didn't put spice rum in any of them. It's all Florida Cagna, just like generic one. So let's move on to the next one.
Let's do it.
Cheers.
Cheers. This the lime doesn't seem as well. I would say I'm not getting a lot of that lime on the finish. Where this kind of felt like a very lingering lime finish.
First one felt more like lime flavor. It seemed like it was more acidic, but that's where like going back through them again and again is helpful.
Yeah, I think maybe up front I got a little more of that lime tartness. I'd say.
Cheers.
Cheers. Okay, this one seems the most tart of the 3. I'm getting tartness. I don't know if I'm getting lime flavor as much.
Okay.
You know, where I was getting maybe definitely here, but to a certain extent here. This got a pop of tartness, not a lot of like lingering lime.
The tartness is there, but not as much flavor. From that.
Though so far I would say all daiquiris, like none of them don't taste like daiquiris.
But are they all so close that you would not be able to tell a difference unless you were tasting them side by side?
Which I am.
Which I am too.
Right, number 4.
All right, number 4.
Yes.
Cheers.
This feels like I've taken a lime and rubbed it on my tongue a little bit. Yeah, but I feel like I can even feel like the bumps on the outside of the lime on my tongue a little bit. That's nice.
Letting you in on what we're doing here, if you haven't figured it out, we are tasting 3 different super juices against fresh lime juice. So one of these is fresh.
Interesting.
3 of these are super. They are 3 different recipes that are out there in the world. One of these is also fresh lime juice. Having this information that you have now, we're kind of on the same level.
Yeah.
So we can go back through and try them and maybe see if there's something on the revisit that you're picking up that you didn't notice or you don't like, appreciate as we go through them again.
Let's do it.
It's like your esophagus is burning from the acidity. And it's like, is that just because you're drinking a lot of lime juice, no matter what the style is?
This wine here almost reminds me a little bit of those like green lime plastic lime juice things.
Okay.
A little bit of that flavor.
Yeah.
Oh, at least that's what I'm thinking of right now. Blown away by it. I don't know if I'm supposed to be blown away by any of these necessarily.
Yeah, the goal of any super juice is to be a replacement for fresh lime juice. And there's a shelf stability component to them. All of these super juices were made less than 24 hours ago.
Yeah.
And the lime juice in here was juiced about an hour to 2 hours ago.
All right, well, let's go back to number 2.
That one feels very tart.
Yeah, of the 2, feels very tart. I'm not getting a lot of lime flavor.
Or tartness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it almost seems a little slightly incomplete daiquiri because of that for me. Like I'm not getting that third component or the full kind of third component of a daiquiri.
I feel the same way. It's very sharp.
There's a flavor here that I haven't gotten in any of the other 3. It's almost coconutty in a way.
Okay.
I like that, but it's different. It stands out. But it does feel like there's a fourth ingredient in here, almost in a way.
Okay.
Yeah.
The reason I've always somewhat disliked Super Juice is there is a lime flavor in Super Juice, and Super Juice is made by blending peels with water and adding the acids, right?
Yeah.
There is no juice. Typically, there's no juice in it. Some of them add the juice from the limes you peeled, but we're talking probably less than 25%, probably less than 10% of the volume is juice. You're getting a lime peel flavor, which is like a lime oil flavor, which is more, it's more heightened in a Super Juice than it is in lime juice. And they often have the flavor, I think of as like a green Fruit Loop, which is like an artificial, and then the green Fruit Loops might not be artificial, but like a lime oil flavor. So I'm picking that up from some of these. Some of these are harsher than others. Do you have a favorite so far?
Kind of leaning in maybe in this direction. This one is also kind of fine, middle of the road. These two, definitely not this one.
Okay,
I'd say. But right now, I've only having had a couple of sips of all of them. Maybe the two ones on the outside. Feels very limey now.
Yeah.
Limey is a word, I think. It is a word, obviously. Well, it's also like a slur.
Slur, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if you want to include that or not. This feels very limey now.
Yeah.
Now I'm kind of hyper aware of the liminess. And it is that thing where my first reaction to this was, oh wow, it's got this really long lime finish.
Yes.
And it's kind of lime all the time, you know, up front, in the middle, and in the back end. And I don't know if that's true of like a fresh lime juice daiquiri. In my experience, maybe not.
Well, I mean, one of these is a fresh lime juice daiquiri, so that's going to be the thing when we reveal it to us, like which one there is. But I feel the same way. This one has a pronounced lime flavor that, to me, is the lime oil flavor, which really is lime flavor. You know, when I think about what does lime juice taste like?
Does it actually taste like anything?
It tastes like lime juice, right?
Right.
And that's what's tough about all of these recipes is you're trying to replicate something that we just know to be a certain taste and flavor and profile. But I feel like this one has a more pronounced lime. This one is the harshest of them all.
Agreed.
The acidity there is the harshest. If we're, I'll let you finish because I can tell you more about these, even though we're not totally blind here. I can see. I feel like I know exactly which one the fresh one is.
Just based on the color?
Yeah, based on the color.
Interesting. Yeah. I can't, so I'm gonna get through the rest of these. That's tart, like this, but there's also like this, again, last time around I said coconut. Now I don't know what that is, but there's a flavor here. I'm not necessarily, is it okay if I say I don't like any of these?
It's not. If you don't like a daiquiri, one of them has lime juice in it.
Well, now I'm like hyper aware or like hypercritical of all of them, and none of them are satisfying in any kind of meaningful way. But okay, I definitely know I don't like this, and this feels overly tart. It's not what I want out of a daiquiri. This isn't bad, but it is very limey. There's the tartness here. I guess by process of elimination, I'm gonna have to go with this one here on the right.
I think I know which one is fresh. I think it's this one, which you
Number
kind
3?
of don't like.
Yeah, I don't. How do you know it's fresh?
The color. It has no color.
Oh, you're right. Well, it's the one that stands out against all. Yeah.
This will. We'll see if that's right. I don't know if that's right. I don't know. But when you're not doing it completely blind, that's the tell, because the blended peels are going to get the green. The green that makes the lime peels green gets imparted.
Right.
Some people are going to, I think, gravitate towards this one because it has way more lime oil flavor. I think people are going to gravitate towards this one. It feels like there's more body to it, and it's more well-rounded. This one feels harsh, and then this one to me is somewhat bland.
Yes.
Which is, I think, what I expect lime juice to be.
Actually, but this is my favorite because it has, to your point, has a little bit of body, and is the least offensive. There's just too much going on here, and I would drink the rest. Sure.
All right, we're gonna check our notes here and figure out which one is which. The results are not shocking at all. Every time I've done this, the people I've done it with have had different preferences, and my personal preference was this one, which is the fresh lime juice. I'm not doing this totally blind, so I kind of had an idea which one was the fresh lime juice because of the color alone. But I also like the fact that it's not too lime forward. Like it doesn't have the bumped up, enhanced lime flavor that comes from the peels or adding an oil to it. Now, Arminder's favorite was this one right here, which turns out to be the Brian Tash Lime Support Super Juice version. This is the one that's been getting a lot of attention in the last month or so. The Educated Barfly showcased it, as well as Steve the Bartender. And the difference in this one is, as you're tasting it, what did you feel like was maybe different about it?
Well, let me take another sip and I'll tell you. There's some body or depth to it that kind of stood out compared to these. Like overall, I think I prefer that in a daiquiri altogether. And that was the thing that really stood out. Maybe even there's some sweetness, but just some body to it that I really enjoyed.
And the reason for that is that this has quite a bit of added sugar.
Oh, okay.
Which you're not experiencing as like a sweeter cocktail.
Yeah.
And I think it's because of the acidity. There's more acid in there too. That sugars help rounding it off, making it less harsh. And if you go to our least favorite one,
which would be this one right here.
This one right here. This is the old school Super Juice, the original one, the one that Kevin Coast put out there. I thought that the Brian Tash one, the one that everyone's kind of talking about now, had reduced the amount of acidity to help it not be so harsh. It doesn't. It has more acidity than the Kevin Coast version, but that sugar helps round it out.
More acidity, more sugar.
Slightly more acidity, a lot more sugar. I think ultimately, like, you add sugar to stuff and people are going to like it a little bit more than other stuff.
Can I say? I'm a simple man.
I'm a simple man.
I like something that tastes good.
But it's not the sweetness of it. I think if you took Kevin Coast version and you just like drop the acidity a little bit, and I will say, like, if you're looking for a super juice recipe, I don't have one, but the first thing I would do is I would reduce the amount of lime peel by at least 25% in all of them to more replicate fresh, which doesn't have a lime oil flavor, right? It's more generic. All right, so super juice kind of showdown here, and from my perspective as someone who didn't taste it totally blind, it was kind of what I expected, where I did really enjoy the Brian Tash, which is the lime support, the pseudo juice version, which has come out recently, but there's a lot of sugar in that, so that's helping kind of round everything off. But my favorite is fresh, but we just have to do full disclosure here. I can tell by the color which one's fresh, so my mind is sort of calibrated to go towards fresh. I don't know if I'm just pretentious or what it is.
And I don't see color, so I didn't notice.
And we all thought that the original sort of super juice, the Kevin Coast super juice, was like a bit harsh. And it is funny because it has less acids in it than the one that you kind of preferred. And the reason for that is the lack of the sugar there. And then the Darcy O'Neill one, the Art of Drink one, that one is like super lime forward. It's interesting. You got to buy a few ingredients for that. They're all like acceptable.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. If I got served any one of these at a bar, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's a daiquiri. I wouldn't really think too much into it.
So each one makes a fine daiquiri. There is no ultimate super juice. It's really about the way you want your super juice to come across. And do you like that more than lime or not? The only way to do that is to taste through these yourself.
Yeah.
So if you enjoyed this video, give this video a like below. Consider subscribing to this channel. If you like rum, which you probably do because that's why you're here, go check out Arminder's channel, The Rum Revival. He does tons of awesome stuff. Tells you about all the new rum releases and deep dives, all different kinds of rums.
All the rum.
Even the bad stuff, like the spice rums.
I do that too. Cover it all. Yeah.
If you want to support this channel more, check out my Patreon. And otherwise, I'll see you on the next one.